أنا اليوم كلش فرحان لأنه ضيفي هو بطل عالمي. My guest is a worldwide bodybuilder and a fitness competitioner, if I can say, Kevin Levroni. I'm so happy that you're in Baghdad and welcome in Iraq.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here for my first time. Yeah, so looking forward to it.
Okay, so Zayuna Group brings you to here. Is it your first time working with them and what you think about their work?
Actually, I've been working with Zayana Group for going on 4 years now. They've been the avenue to my company, Levrone Signature Series, which produced sports supplements throughout the whole entire world. They've decided to bring the brand here, and it's been great. It's been a great working relationship with them, and it's been very prosperous. So I'm excited. So it's an honor for me to be here, and thanks to Zayana Group for bringing me here.
So you didn't met your fans yet, but I think you met some of them in Erbil, right? 2 days ago. So what do you think about your fan base in Iraq and the Arab world, the Middle East in general?
Well, it's always I always look at it as I'm still, for me, it still feels like it's surreal. Like, I was once a kid and I looked up to, I had certain role models, and, Arnold Schwarzenegger was one. Just certain Hollywood stars, and everybody. And I never see myself as this person,
As the superhero.
No, never. Because for me, I feel like just a normal person, which I am.
A normal person, never a normal person.
It's just I enjoy it, and when I see them, I see myself, because it reminds me of when I was there, and I never want to forget this, and it takes me to a place. To where I love them, and I care about people, and I feel good. I don't know if they realize, but it's like, for me, they give me a lot, and more than probably that I give to them, so it's just good to be loved by them and feel the passion, so it makes me feel real good, and it's an honor, I feel good.
It's so nice. As a legend, as I mentioned before, what's your advice to the newcomer to this sport, to the fitness sport especially? What's your advices from like a legend in this business?
I mean, my advice to anyone in life would be trust who you are, trust your instincts. Believe in yourself, and never quit. Give it 100%. 100%. When you do something 100%, it's always going to work out in a positive way. So if you think your life is falling apart, it's not falling apart. It's actually sometimes falling into place. Because there were times where in life I thought, man, what is there to live for? My father died when I was 10 years old. My mother died when I was 22 years old. My brother and everything. So, but I held on, and now I have the inspiration from the whole entire world. But I didn't know this when all these things was happening. So just hold on, because Allah always has a plan, the perfect plan than what we think.
What's the hardest thing on being a bodybuilder? What's the hardest thing in life? Like, is there's a strict diet, a time for waking up or sleeping? What's the hardest thing for you?
Challenging. Let's just say challenging. For me, was when I was competing at such a high level, I wasn't able to eat the food that I wanted. I wasn't able to celebrations, birthdays with my family. When the family would get together for holidays, I had to just watch and seclude myself from a distance because I had Mr. Olympia competition coming up. And just totally, I think that takes a certain mindset to detach yourself from almost what's normal in life, that you normal to become abnormal. You know, when you reach a certain level and in anything in life, I think people look at you as strange and being abnormal. You know, some of your greatest inventors in life, people look at them and think that they're strange and different. You know, Einstein and all these great people. You know, there's something different about all of us. My greatest challenge is just, I don't think life really is the greatest challenge. Life is just a lesson learned every single day. We challenge ourselves to adapt to our surroundings in the most way that we can just to survive. So, yeah, I love life. So.
More than 60 fitness competition you have competed in, right? That's what Wikipedia said. And you won most of them, but as I read in the internet, you never won Mr. Olympia, right? Is that right? Why? Why did you think that you didn't score this, didn't achieve this achievement yet?
Again, it's not always what we want to achieve. You just have to sometimes, for me, I went after something. I went after the Miss Olympia title. I did not receive that title. I did not receive that in my archives. But one thing I did receive in my archives by chasing that title was being one of the most decorated bodybuilders in the history of my sport, and then also
One of the most popular ones too.
yeah, and having the best overall record in my sport, which means out of all the 68 competitions, I've always placed in the top five. I've won 24 pro shows, and the rest was 18 seconds. So even though I didn't win that one Mr. Olympia, my other accomplishments goes unprecedented to this day as owning one of the best records in professional bodybuilding history. So again, if I had won the Mr. Olympia, if I had won that Mr. Olympia one time, I would have never ever competed again. Because my goal was just to win the Mr. Olympia. So that's what I wanted to do. But again, God had a different plan. He wanted me to keep going for 14 years, not only for 2 years or 3 years. Keep going for 14 years because his plan was, hey, do some business with Ziana Group, come up with your sports and nutritional products, give them to all the kids out there around the world. And now, we've done that. We're one of the biggest nutritional companies in the world right now. So, I'd rather have that than just one title, so I'm okay with that.
More than 20 years in this business, you have done it all, if you can say. Have you still had the same passion that you start with, or you thinking about like switching career for movie things, or just in the business nutritions, or you still want to compete, you still want to do the same thing that you have been doing for the past 20 years?
I retired from competing.
2003, right?
Yeah, and I went into the movie industry, made some movies, about 6 movies, and
Some of them.
yeah, Backlash. One was Red Line. The other was I Am. So yeah, I mean I've had my fun in the movie genre. But most what I enjoy is just being able to look into a young man's eyes, a young teenager eyes, 22, 23 years old, someone who needs that structure, that direction, and just to tell them, hey man, you know, you have to find your way. You can do some amazing things. Just believe in yourself. So for me, you know, it's been a great journey. Bodybuilding's given me that.
What do you think about the Iraqi bodybuilders? I think you met a few of them 2 days ago, and you're still meeting some of them. So what do you think about them? What do you think about their level of competition?
Not only did I meet them 2 days ago, I've met them throughout my journeys in my whole entire life. I think one thing that the Iraqi bodybuilders have is the discipline, the dedication, and the tolerance to go through the threshold that what it takes to just take your body to another level. You know, this is something that they do have. The discipline is number one, dedication is two, determination is number three. And I always believe that with these things, greater the sacrifice, greater the reward. And they all, you will never see, you know, Iraqi bodybuilders on stage out of shape. And they don't believe in excuses, you know. It's full dedication. And that full dedication comes from just the way, the culture here of the people in Iraq, you know, that I see. They are full in, you know, when it's something that they have, they give 100% of their life, you know, and then they respect each other and they do it as a brotherhood. And with this combination, dedication, determination, and discipline, you're always going to win. You know, you're always going to be something enormous, you know, bringing out the best that who you are. That's what they do. And that's what I respect about the culture. And that's what I love seeing. And that's what separates them amongst the other nations.
Did you learn some Iraqi words or Arabian words during your visit? I think you were in Dubai like last week too. So did you learn something?
I did not learn anything. Words. I did not learn words. What I've learned was love, because I feel love. You know, the passion of love is what the culture gives, you know.
That's way important than words.
It's so much more powerful and it's so much more uplifting. And this is what we're missing in my country, in America. You know, it's the love, you know, the brotherhood that you all have for each other, you know, and that's your culture, and I love it.
Okay, thank you so much. I was very happy for this interview. I think it's legendary as you. I want one final word to your fans around Iraq and the Middle East. I hope, and by the way, we say shukran. It's Arabic word, means thank you. Okay. So shukran.
Shukran to you too. To my I always say family, you know. I want to thank you guys for everything that you've supported me through my whole career. Thank you for giving me your love, I feel your passion, and I just want you to know that a piece of me travels with you, because every time I see you, you guys give me who you are, so it will always stay in my heart, you know. I love you guys. Believe in yourself. And no matter what, the bad times don't last forever. As long as you never give up, you'll never lose. And it's an honor for me to be here in Baghdad, for me to be here in Iraq. And thanks to Ziana Group, I'm here, and I'm looking forward to coming back. I want to tell you guys peace and one love.